So before I sell the Camaro, I wanted to do one last thing for fun, just for me. So we have a steering wheel, a hub adapter, we got a quick release on the way. So basically, I wanted something fun. Figured the steering wheel looks cool, it'll be fun. And I got it as cheap as I could. So this is all cheap stuff because, I mean, I'm not gonna spend a bunch of money on something I'm selling. So I got the hub, steering wheel, and the quick release that's on the way, all for about $86. So we're gonna install this today. First off, we'll disconnect the battery because we're messing with airbags. Alright, it's a Torx. There's 4 Torx, and I have a T27 bit on there right now. I don't think it's actually T27, I think it's like 25, but this is working, so I'm gonna keep it up. Alright, so once the airbag's out, you disconnect it, set it to the side. So a problem I have with this car is the horn has never worked. I know the horns are there, I know the horns work. I just don't have the wiring that makes it work. So this is here, but the actual horn buttons are gone. So the new steering wheel has its own horn button. So maybe if I tap into these wires, maybe I'll get a horn button working. Maybe all I was missing was the actual button. Hopefully it's not a bigger wiring issue than that. But now we gotta break this nut loose. If I remember correctly, it's a 19. So it's gonna take some force. Alright, we'll take the lock nut off. So it was a 21, not a 19. Now let's see if I can break this loose without getting a special tool. Alright, let's just save time and go to AutoZone and rent a wheel puller. Alright, so after some eventful moments, we rented this steering wheel puller from AutoZone. If you can see, ended up stripping most of the bolts in here that worked with this steering wheel, but I finally got it popped loose. Alright, next up. After getting the steering wheel out, you have this the airbag alignment thing. I don't really know what it's called, but basically you have to cut this. So I just cut the wire, so it's all good. When I gotta put it back together, I can just wire the wires together, heat shrink them, no big deal. There's also a little clip, a C-clip holding that in, but I've already done this before, so that's why the clip was easy. So now I got the hub, try to line it up. And there it is. So now we just gotta bolt this in and then bolt the steering wheel in. Also, if you're doing this and you want your airbags to still work, because doing this will put the airbag light on and disable your airbags. So if you want them to still work, you just gotta add a resistor, whatever is the right resistor for your airbag. Just make sure you don't use a digital multimeter to try to figure it out, because those have enough power to actually set the airbag off. So look it up online. I think this one's like 3.9 ohms. So I could put a resistor in, no problem, but this car has the airbag light on anyways, so I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna tape it up and seal it off, and then get ready. So the way this horn button works, there's a black and red. So this is gonna be the ground, and this will be your signal or positive. So you can just run a signal wire and a ground wire through here, and then at your horn have a positive, like a 12 volt hooked up to it, run the signal wire to here. And I mean, this would be a cool way of having a horn. Unfortunately, it's a little more work than I really want to do right now, because I'm not keeping this wheel on forever. So we'll just run without a horn, but it's a cool idea. I'm gonna be keeping this wheel, so at least it's cool to know for the future. I was mocking this up, just about to put all the bolts in, and then I got 2 packages. One, a shift knob that actually fits in without me needing duct tape to fill in the gap. Here's the quick release. Let's put the quick release on it. Perfect timing. Alright, so we got a red quick release. So originally I ordered a blue one. I was thinking go with a blue theme since I already had a blue shift knob, but they actually sent the wrong one. They messaged me and I was like, alright, that's fine, I'll take a red. So this thing has the same thing, horn button. So we'll just run no horn, but we should be good. Okay, after testing the quick release, the horn thing in the middle, I didn't like how it fit with this. Like I was gonna either ditch the steering wheel horn or the quick release horn middle section. So I gutted the middle of the quick release. It had this bearing looking thing, this metal C-clip, and then it had a big plastic section right here. So I got the tabs off of that and just gutted this. So now this button has a spring, and the spring is really cheap. I have no idea how they made this, because it took a while for me to get it back in place because it fell out. But I finally got it working again. I basically reverse engineered this. So I got it good, just got it bolted on, and then we'll be good. Here it is. It looks cool. That looks cool. I really like the red. I think it looks nice. So, because this is my first time ever using something like this, it's a little weird. So there's a button over here. I press this. Let's see if I can do it with one hand. I press that down, and then I gotta spin the red thing out. Alright, so I press this button here in, and then I spin the red, and the steering wheel pops off. I can pop it back into place. So I'm pretty proud. I was able to completely tear this apart, put it back together, and it's good. Now I gotta clean up the mess I made. Alright, now we're gonna replace the shift knob with this one. So this one actually is weighted. Feels nice. It's gonna look good in here. So let me take this one off first. Man, I used a lot of duct tape. Dang, that's gonna be a pain to clean, but alright, let's try to clean this off as best I can. Alright, so the duct tape actually took off a lot of the paint for this. But that's fine, whatever. So let me just screw this on. It's gonna take a couple tries probably to get it to line up with the numbers perfect. And here's how the interior looks now. I like it. I like the shift knob. Feels cool. I'm gonna go for a drive and test it out, but it doesn't go down as long, so some threads are sticking out and you're gonna see the chip paint, but what can you expect out of a 150,000 mile car? So the last thing to do for interior, I need to cover up the fuse box, and then for the cigarette lighter, I made this cardboard bracket, and then I took it out because I found the actual bracket, and then this hole is too small for this cigarette lighter, so I need to expand this hole a little, and then we'll be golden.